All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. And this is going to be a lesson on how there's certain prophecies that you have to look at concerning the Israelites, right? If you're looking for the Israelites in the Bible, or if you believe that a certain group of people are the Israelites in the Bible, well, then there's a certain amount of prophecies that you have to look at concerning them. And I'm going to get into some of them. Give me 1 second. And this isn't going to be in no particular order, but here's one curse that we can one prophecy, that we can look at concerning the Israelites to show if, okay, who are they? Like, the Israelites should be doing this particular thing. This is Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, right? Whither Yahweh thy power have driven thee. Now, the people that are living in the land of Israel, are they even claiming that they are cursed? No, they're not. Are they claiming that they're cursed among every single nation that they're scattered? No, they're not. Right? Who is the only person that talks about the curses of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter? It's the Hebrew Israelites. And regardless of what you want to say about us, we're the people saying that. Now, if there was two groups of people saying that, then okay, you could say, oh, nah, it's not these people, it's those people that are fulfilling it. The other people are just copying them. But if now those people that live in the land of Israel was to now start saying that they are under those curses, and if any of you people that had a problem with the Hebrew Israelites saying that we're under them curses, and now went on to say, oh, now you ain't under the curses, those people are, but then you'll be hypocrites, because you should be saying to those people that live in the land of Israel, if they do start to say that now, that no, everyone's under the curses, like how you've said to us. When we say we're under the curses, all of a sudden, everyone's under them, right? But if they was to start now claiming that they're under the curses of Deuteronomy 28, now all you people that said that to us would have to say the same thing to them. But you wouldn't do it because you're hypocrites and you're a bunch of cowards. But let's go to a next thing. Right, let's go to a next one. A next prophecy. Here's one. Or here's a characteristic of what the Israelites would do. Let me say it like that. Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which I hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. Now, that's not what people are saying about the people in the land of Israel right now. Now, to be fair, they're not saying about us neither, right? But those people in the land of Israel, they're claiming that they are already in the land and they're never going to have to come out again. So they should be keeping the laws themselves. But you'll see among them that there'll be several people saying, I'm non-practicing. And they've got a code word for pork over there. They call it white steak if you were speaking in the English tongue. And if you're speaking that Yiddish stuff that they say, they'll call it kazil, right? I'm not making this up. This is true. When they do circumcision, right, they have a procedure called a metazitza bepe. I believe you say metazitza bepe, which is where they use their mouth as part of this procedure for the circumcision. They use their mouth to draw away the blood. Now that's off. No matter what way you spin it, that's off. And it causes certain of the children to get diseases. STIs, if I'm not mistaken, man. So what part of being an Israelite is that? Right? You have to, when you believe that a group of people are the Israelites, you have to examine them through prophecy. And if you want to claim to be an Israelite, you're going to be examined by prophecy. Let's get this. Isaiah chapter 26 and verse 10. Let favor be showed to the wicked. So you can't say nothing about these people. If you say anything anti this, anti-uncle, esmatism. Oh, I don't like your shoes. Oh, that's anti. Oh, I don't like that I don't like that shirt. Oh, that's anti. Man, this food that you made me ain't taste nice. Oh, that's anti. 2 + 2 is 5. No, it's not. Oh, you're anti. Just anti this, anti that. No matter what you say, anything you say about them, anti words coming out, flying out of their back pocket, man. Anything you say about them, anti this, anti this. Let favor be shown to the wicked like it has been right now. Yet will they not learn righteousness? In the land of uprightness will they deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. They ain't moving fair. They're not even fair. They're not fair with us, the people. If we're all in their eyes heathens, and all that, and we're the Greek that it talks about in Galatians, we're the Greek and they're the Jew. According to what you bogged out Christians think the real breakdown of that scripture is, which it's not, by the way. Right? The real understanding of that scripture is an Israelite that was following after the Lord, the Jew Israelite, and an Israelite that was following after the Greek ways, or was believing that they're Greek, but they are keeping the laws, or keeping the law of faith. There's no difference between all different Israelites because they're Israelites. So it doesn't matter whether they're male or female, because the first thing that they are is an Israelite. That's the first thing that they are. It doesn't matter whether they're bond or free, because the first thing that they are is an Israelite. It doesn't matter if they call themselves a Jew or call themselves a Gentile or a Greek, because the first thing that they really are is an Israelite. And they're all Abraham's seed because they're all Israelites. It's not talking about everyone on the earth being Abraham's seed. That's ridiculous. Read the book of Genesis and show me where everyone can be an Israelite according to the actual lineage line, seed line, which it speaks about the seed of Abraham many times in the scriptures. Isaiah chapter 26 and verse 10 again. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of Yahweh. Right? They ain't trying to do that. Whenever they're looking to try and make something go for them, they ain't reading the Bible. They will not really care about what the Bible's talking about. They'll read the Bible so that they can enforce the sword. But you'll notice that they don't say God's going to defend us. No, they want America to defend them. There's never been a point where they're like, you know what, God's going to defend us against you people. They're always using their sword to defend themselves. They ain't never in prayer or saying we're going to go on a fast and pray to make these heathens go away, these Amalek. They don't do that. They go straight to the scripture, read it, and then try and use it to enforce the sword. The same scriptures that you Christians don't want us to quote, you'll allow them to quote and not have no grievance because you're a bunch of hypocrites, like I said earlier. Now let's go to this. This is a good one. If you believe that a group of people that Israelites, well, they should be fulfilling this then. Isaiah chapter 2 and verse 2, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of Yahweh's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. And many people shall go and say, Come ye and let us go up to the mountain of Yahweh, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of Yahweh from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. They're at war themselves, and they're making nations actually causing for the world to make their plowshares spears, and then pruning hooks swords. They ain't making people want to live peacefully. They're at the root of most of the war, to be honest with you. Some way they're connected to most of the war that's going on in the earth. Their name comes up in passing, whereas our name don't come up in passing. No one can't blame no African Americans or no Caribbeans for the war that's going on in Ukraine and Russia. They can't blame us or mention us in any way. It ain't even none of the countries that these people are associated with that are even in any of the groups with none of them. They ain't in NATO. They ain't in the G20. They ain't even in the G7. They ain't in the EU neither. So they can't blame us. We ain't at the root of these problems. You are. Y'all are at the root. We ain't. Right? Neither are they teaching the nations the law. They ain't even doing it themselves. They're not even completely doing it themselves neither. Because if they was under the law properly, under the new covenant, well, then they would all be keeping the law. There wouldn't be none saying I'm not practicing. And they wouldn't have to give America a portion of the land, because the land would go to them like it's supposed to, according to the scriptures. Ezekiel 36, let's read some of this. Ezekiel chapter 36 and verse 12. Yea, I will cause men to walk upon you, which is talking about the land of Israel, even my people Israel, and they shall possess thee, and thou shalt be their inheritance. So it ain't supposed to go to no Americans. It ain't supposed to be no American talking about, yeah, we're gonna kick out them Palestinians, but then we're gonna have a portion of they're gonna get some nice houses in Jordan and in Egypt, but we're gonna take this place and transform it. We're gonna knock it all down and rebuild it back. Where's that? That's not part of prophecy. That's meant to go to the children of Israel. As it says in here, even I will cause men to walk upon you, even my people Israel, not even the Babylonians of America, Babylon the Great. No, meant to be for Israel. And they shall possess thee, not other people, the Israelites. And thou shalt be their inheritance, not the heathens, theirs. Which the Israelites, those people claiming to be Israelites, right? They would believe that the Americans are not Israelites, so they shouldn't be possessing their land. And thou shalt no more henceforth bereave them of men, meaning that they're gonna fill the land. Now, are they doing that? No, they're not. No, they're not. They're just not doing it. Now, what we're really seeing in regards to those people over there and what they're doing is this. Ezekiel chapter 36 and verse 1. Also, thou son of man, prophesy unto the mountains of Israel, and say, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of Yahweh. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because the enemy have said against you, aha, even the ancient places are ours in possession. What are the ancient places? Land of Israel. And now they're even saying aha more, because now they've not only got the parts of Israel that they had, but now they're going to get the Gaza portion too. And if you would have saw that guy, man, that guy of Israel, man, that king of Israel right now, that fake king of Israel, who's really an Edomite himself, if you would have saw the look of pride on his face when him and Trump were talking about how they're going to take that land, the look of pride was absolutely disgusting on his face, man. It's like the pride on his face had a spirit attached to it, man. Like you would have seen a demon attached behind his back with a smile that he had in his face. Verse 3, therefore prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because they have made you desolate and swallowed you upon every side, destroyed the land, that you might be a possession to the residue of the heathen, which is why they was doing all the madness that they did in that Gaza situation. Talking about, free up the hostages. We know that you've got some hostages in there. Free up the hostages. You know what I mean? We know you've got some hostages in that building, and to prove you've got some hostages in there, watch, we're gonna start letting off some. You know what I mean? To prove it, let them go. You know what I mean? That's what they was doing, man. Letting off. We know you've got hostages in there. That's what they was doing. Free the hostages. Explosion here, explosion there. Free, like, no, they didn't care about that. They were swallowing up the land on every side, that it might be a possession onto the residue of the heathen. And the heathen that they wanted to be a possession of is their own selves. It's like, oh yeah, let me break off some to my other brother from Esau. Yeah, he can have this portion. We've already got a portion of land, and we're gonna split it between our Edomite selves. But then there's even still some other heathens that have got a little portion there anyway. But Esau was like, nah, I want this portion. This portion's important to me. If you want some other part, all right, maybe I'll allow some other part. But really, I want this part. This part is important for plans I've got. So you're gonna have to break that off. And I don't care what has to be done to do it. Because the way I see it, it was supposed to be mine anyway. If Jacob hadn't stolen my birthright, that's what they're thinking. And the Jacob that they're talking about is us. Because they view you Ishmaelites as Amalek, and trying to claim that which they know that that's not the truth anyway. But they ain't going to tell the truth. That's not their way. The truth's against them. And ye are taken up in the lips of talkers, and are an infamy of the people. Therefore, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord Yahweh. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, to the mountains and to the hills, to the rivers and to the valleys, to the desolate wastes, and to the cities that are forsaken, which became a prey and derision to the residue of the heathen that are round about. Which that's recently what Trump was actually saying. Is like, it's a war zone. It's just a complete death trap. Because it is become a death trap. Because if you're not supposed to be in there, war's going to break out until the real inhabitants of the land return. And that's why no one's been able to find peace in that land really ever. They haven't been able to. Because it's supposed to be ruled by the Israelites, the real ones. Verse 5, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession. So the Ishmaelites had the land for a time, right? But now Esau's come over and be like, you know what? Nah, we want it. So, and they always keep battling amongst themselves for who gets rulership over that land, when really none of them are supposed to be there. And if it was a thing about, okay, whoever was there first, well then even the Israelites wouldn't have a claim to it. But it's not about who was there first. It's about who Yahweh said is going to be there. Because if it was about who was there first, well, then the Canaanites are the ones that have got the real claim to the land, because they was there even before the Israelites, which is the reason why in the scriptures it's called the land of Canaan. But it's not about that. It's about who Yahweh said and who Yahweh ordained and sanctified to be in that land, which is the children of Israel. But they've appointed my land to their possession with the joy of all their heart, with his spiteful minds to cast it out for a prey, because they want to be over there living freaky. They don't want to be over there living, keeping laws. They want to be over there and just be able to do whatever they want to do. They want to turn it into some Edomite utopia, man. They don't want to live over there righteous. Verse 6, therefore prophesy concerning the land of Israel, and say unto the mountains and to the hills, to the rivers and to the valleys, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I have spoken in my jealousy and in my fury, because ye have borne the shame of the heathen, because it's a shameful thing for a beautiful land like that to be lived in by heathen scum. And people might take that offensive. Well, you only would take it offensive. You're a heathen scum yourself. And if you are, I don't care about your opinion very much, because you're a heathen scumbag to me. Yeah? Just the same way how you think I'm just a black demon. Well, I think you ain't. I don't really think very fond of you neither. So you don't like us, or you don't like me. And guess what? I don't like you either. So that's balance, right? Verse 7, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I have lifted up mine hand, surely the heathen that are about you shall bear their shame, and they're gonna. Because it's gonna, that land, man, is gonna become a war zone for real. The more as America, Babylon the Great starts going into there, everyone else is gonna be like, you know what, I need to get down there. I need to get a boogie on down to the dance floor too. And Yahweh's gonna gather all of you people there, man. Yahweh wants all of you there. All of you. And you can't blame us for that, because we ain't doing it. You can't blame, like, everyone wants to talk about so-called black men all the time. Mate, we ain't going over into people's land and stealing it off. You want to complain about some immigration? You Edomites are balling, shedding a whole bunch of eye water. 2-tier this, 2-tier that. My home ain't the same no more. London's not what it used to be. The UK is not what it used to be. I don't feel safe in my own home. Mate, you've made people not feel safe in their own homes. And with this whole Gaza thing, right? That's like roughly, I believe, 2 million people that was taken out of that place. So let's say 10% of those people, them 2 million now, end up in America. That'd be 200,000 people. And there's 50 states in America? So then if 10%, or not 10%, if those out of the 50 states, they split it up and divided it equally into all of the states that's in America, that's like, if I'm not mistaken on the maths that I did last time, it would be 4,000 people that used to live in Gaza now that end up in every single state of America. And you know that these people would complain about them people being over there, and would try and forget the original reason as to why they ended up in there in the first place, which is that they had a land, even though it wasn't their land, but they had a land and they were living in there, doing their thing. And then some people started a war in their country, in their, what they perceive was their land, killed some of them, and then moved them out. Therefore, they now have to look for somewhere else to live. And in process and time, they end up somewhere else in the world, somewhere where they think and they believe that they can find peace now and not have to worry about danger. America is a country that has not had wars on its shores for a long time. So's England. So if you was a person that's trying to flee from war zones, right, where would you go? You're not going to go to somewhere else where you think it's going to become a war zone, are you? You're going to go to somewhere that you think's not going to be a war zone. And if you're able to get in, you're going to go there and you're going to stay there and you're going to make your home there, because all you're going to want to do now is be safe. You're not going to want to have to keep moving from war zone country to war zone country. And that's what's happened in the past with all these people that are immigrants that have came from all these different places in the world and ended up in England and in these so-called westernized countries. But Esau will forget the original thing that took place to make these people end up there and just be complaining about them being there. The same thing with if enough time is to go by to where the kingdom has not came, and 20 years from now, there's 200,000, let's say, people that come from Palestine and that Gaza and all that, and they ended up in America. Them Americans will be complaining, oh, 200,000, they let 200,000 in. But what about how you kicked them out of what they perceived was their land? Oh, you forget about that part, huh? And this is the hypocrisy of these Edomites, man. Because that's the same with how the people from Ethiopia, Eritrea, people from Jamaica and all these, they either got invited there or you destroyed their homes. To where the only place that they could feel safe is somewhere that ain't got wars taking place in their land all the time. Places like the UK, America, France. You know what I mean? And then based on however they end up living on there, well, that's the civilians of the UK or France and America. They don't too civilize themselves neither. I'd know because I've lived in the UK only my whole life, and these people ain't high IQ individuals like they want to claim. They ain't, mate. They're not high IQ individuals. Some of them can't even write or read properly. They're dumb. All they know is how to sing football songs, right? And the brown skin athlete is welcome in the UK until he misses a penalty, or until he misses what did they call it in these bugged out football terms? A sitter. Oh, mate, my nan could have put that in the back of the net. Go back to Africa. Oh, and then he scores a hat trick next week. Oh, he's good, isn't he? Oh, he's good, isn't he? He got that fast twitch. He got that fast twitch muscle fiber. Then he misses another sitter. Oh, all right. It's time for him to go to the African embassy and get his ass out of the country. Then he scores 2 goals next week. Oh, he's good, isn't he? Oh, mate, cracking shot there. And his citizenship is always teetering based on his statistics in this whatever sport he's in, man. And that's not just for Jake neither, because Amir Khan, when he first started boxing, is mainly for Jake. But I'm on about this is just an English thing that we all know, living in England, man. Amir Khan, when he first started boxing, man, right? And he was amateur, they loved him. They treated him with almost similar love to what they treated Anthony Joshua with. Then he started losing, and now he's not English no more. Now he's a Pakistani native and all that. You know what I mean? Pakistani British and all that. His nationality changed quick. You know what I mean? And it's always, we all know that over in the UK. When Anthony Joshua was over here in the UK, right? He never used to talk about race or nothing like that. Then he went over to the States. Next thing you know, he's hooping in Brooklyn, Rucker Park and all that. Got on Breakfast Club, talking about things and that. You know what I mean? Rapping, spitting 16s. But in the UK, he wasn't doing none of that. It was, yo, keep it humble, yo. Keep it humble, stay humble and that. And even he knows what's up with it too, man. But he's just like, man, fuck it, I'll just get my money. Because when he goes back and breaks out of the Truman Show framework, he's going up in university halls, taking off his socks and telling Edomites, if I start shattering your glass jaws. and I thought that when he said that was excellent too, man. Because he could have smacked up every single person in that damn room. He went in there, took his socks off, took his shoes off and got real comfortable, man. And looked at all of them little dumb Edomites who weren't kids, by the way. They were adults, man, in university. And he told them all, as nice as you can be, watch your mouth sometimes, man. Because if I came in here and started shattering all of your glass jaws, you wouldn't like it. And if I told some other people to come up in there and start doing the same thing, you wouldn't like it. So watch how you're talking sometimes, man. And they should watch their mouth. Because there ain't nowhere in this world where it makes sense. I've saw what Anthony Joshua looks like in real life before, when he was still a new professional fighter. And I thought that he was just some big security guard, man. And that's not the size person that, even if they're not trained to box, that's not the size person that you would be wise to want to start a fight with. He ain't small. That's not no small man. So even untrained and just to someone being big like that, that wouldn't make sense to try and start a fight with somebody of that stature. Never mind when they're trained to fight. And like the top 5 of all the heavyweights that exist in the world right now, in the world, maybe top 5, definitely top 10, absolutely top 20. And it wouldn't be wise to start a fight with any of the top 100 professional heavyweight boxers. Never mind a top 20. Never mind a top 10. Never mind the top 5, man. But these Edomites run their mouth all the time, man, because they're an annoying nation. Verse 7, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I have lifted up mine hand, surely the heathen that are around about thee shall bear their shame, and they're going to be shamed, man. And Salakia, because I don't even remember where I got off on a tangent talking about all that boxing stuff. But anyway, let me go to here's another good prophecy to go to, man. And I think I'll end it on this one. Here's a good prophecy to go to. Because if these people are the Israelites, right? And you know what? I won't go to the Hebrews one. Let me go to the Jeremiah one. If these people are the Israelites, surely they should be under the new covenant then, right? Which means that they have to keep the law. Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 31, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Now, they don't even say what tribe they're from really like that. They don't even talk about the house of Israel and the house of Judah. They don't say that. All they say, the main thing you hear them say is that anti-thing. All they ever say is that anti-thing, man. That's all they ever say. Verse 32, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was a husband unto them, saith Yahweh. But this shall be the covenant that I'll make with the house of Israel after those days, saith Yahweh. I'll put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people. So is that what's happening with those people in the land of Israel right now? Absolutely not. They are not keeping all the laws. Neither are they even telling another person that they should repent. They ain't talking about none of that stuff. Here it is deep. If you, like, all you Christians are demons, you know, straight up, man. I'm gonna say it's like the cleanest way, the purest way I know how to say. All you Christians are demons. Because if you really believe that these are the people of the Bible, then you believe that those are the people that King David came from. Jeremiah, Isaiah, Hosea, Obadiah, right? Ezekiel, Moses, Aaron, Joshua, you know what I mean? All these people are from that. You believe that these people that call themselves Jews are from the same people, but look at them though. They're wearing suits and ties, man. They wear a suit and tie. Most of them don't have a beard. They ain't oppressed. They're not oppressed. If you're oppressed, you can't be able to cancel people with impunity, if that's the right word to use, and be oppressed at the same time. You can't be able to take somebody from being a billionaire to a millionaire, but at the same time you're oppressed. That's ridiculous. People don't want to say that us so-called black people are oppressed because we can have a job. Or you're not oppressed, you're in the NBA. So if we're not oppressed because we're in the NBA, how can people be anti that and anti this and they're so oppressed and so hard done by, yet they can cancel you? You can have been working in the industry one moment and they cancel you and you lose a whole role for the latest movie, lose all your contracts. How can both things, like, if that's the role we're gonna play, how can that be true then? Oh, you black people are oppressed because you're in the NBA and you've got rappers, and you ain't never been a slave. Okay, well they ain't never been in a gas chamber. Some of these people complaining, and all right, if that's what you want to say, you were never in one of them camp things then. If that's what you want to say then. But when you say that, oh man, you better watch what you say. No, you all better watch what you say. Because Yahweh Bar Shem Yahushai is watching you. Because his real children are us. And the other people are imposters, man. This world's very hypocritical, man. And you Christians are some of the biggest hypocrites because you're quick to say one thing when it's us talking. When it's them talking, you ain't got nothing to say. Oh, nah. They're the chosen. So you can't say, what made them the chosen? Well, they said they are, didn't they? And they've got them things on their head. So if we buy something, if we buy some extra small hats and slap them on our head, yeah, and start twizzling off the side of our head and wearing all black, are we that now then? You know what I mean? Here is an Israelite wears fringes. Oh, they're wearing shower curtains. They're pumping Super Mario Morphin Power Ranger outfits. But then nobody laughs at what these men are wearing. I'd rather have the Power Ranger outfit than that stupid Twizzlers hairstyle. I'll tell you that from now. Give me the Power Ranger outfit any day of the week than that stupid Twizzler thing on my head. And that dumb suit. Looking like Reservoir Dogs. I'd rather have the Power Rangers outfit, mate. I ain't even joking. Give me the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers outfit, mate, and the spiked wrists. I'd rather have that than that dumb suit, bruv. And that dumb twizzle hairstyle thing. And the cap like I'm gonna be about to, like the lights about to go black in a WWE match and you're gonna hear dead man walking and all that. Undertaker eyes rolling at the back of the head. Since we want to start talking about clothes. I'd rather that. I'd rather the shower curtain than the dumb suit and that stupid extra small hat on the head. And looking like your breath stinks like tuna brine, mate. They look like they stink too. Since we're gonna start talking up. They ain't nothing looking chosen about that. Show me a Michael Jackson talented individual among that. Where they at, man? If they why are they having to feed off our talent? If they're really the chosen, they should just have the talent among themselves. They should be the talent and the manager. They shouldn't be having to always steal off and feed off our talent and make us be on some dodgy contract to feed off our skills. They should be the skill. Because they clearly like the things that we do. They clearly like the way that we sing, right? They clearly like the way that we dance. They like the way that we play basketball. If you're so nice with it, right? Well, then when there's a World Cup, y'all should just smack it then, innit? Y'all should just win every single World Cup because y'all are the chosen, no? But that's not how it goes. America ends up winning most of the medals in the Olympics. And you want to know why? Because America has got the best of Israel. And when I watched the Olympics way back when it happened, like the last couple of years ago, it was hilarious to me how it was pretty much an Israelite winning every medal. There was Israelites scattered in every single country, so-called black people, Latinos and Native Americans scattered in every single country, just winning all the medals. Even in countries that you'd be like, man, I didn't even know that there was no people that look like me over there, but there was over there too. I wasn't seeing no people wearing a extra medium hat on their head with them turkey Twizzler hairstyles hanging off, winning a medal. That ain't what I saw. That is not what I saw, man. And you people know that. You people know that when it comes to the standard of what it is with the things that we mostly do, sports, for example, and singing, that we're the standard of what it means to be able to be good at that. And the Israelite man even took over the standard of what it means to be smooth with women, or what it means to understand women. Most of these talking points that these people using that red pill stuff, they're talking about what they're saying, what we say. They're just copying whatever we say, man. They copy what we talk about, man. They copy the way how we deal with it. And that's why even some of you waste, man, you Edomites, and that you'll say stuff to try and downplay Jake and make us seem like we're just a walking penis. You'll say, I'm black where it counts. I'm black. Well, if you was the standard of all of these things, surely it would be that we would be saying that in regards to you then. And that's a dumb thing anyway. That's a dumb point. But I'm just pointing out that they always want to try and you talk about us all the time. We're the standard, man. If it comes to don't even get started on the gym thing. When it comes to the gym, a Jake can walk in there, minding their own business, be new to the gym, don't even know anything, and all of these people, you'll be able to hear a pin drop, and they're just stalking what he's gonna do. If he goes down on a bench press, right? Oh man, I wonder what he's gonna lift. Oh man. And if any of you cowards out there want to say, nah, that ain't true, just watch a bodybuilding show. Yeah, when you watch a bodybuilding show, the Edomite men are turning their skin dark brown with all the fake hands on it. But if that image was really as disgusting as they say, then it would be us lightening our skin when it comes to rate the body, what it looks like. And then they'll say, oh, the body looks better with the muscles stand out more when the skin's darker. But why is it that is actually the truth? Why is it true that muscles do stand out when the skin's darker? Because to be dark is better. You understand? to be darker is better. Clearly, because if it's not in a bodybuilding competition where it's purely about what the body looks like, they would not make it be a thing about being dark. And that's how you know that this world's bugged out, because in one way, when it's a bodybuilding competition and it comes to showing what's darker, like that the darker physique wins more in a bodybuilding competition. When it comes to them giving these modeling roles though, and the way how they try and promote, which that's even changing now, but the way how they used to try and promote the who's the most pretty thing, they would use the most pale image a lot of the time. But now they're kind of trying to they're trying to make a uniform race, it seems like that to me in this world, where it's like a light brown skin tone, man, which would match that of the women of the Northern Kingdom, like Latino women. That's the most desired image to be in this world right now, that of a Latina woman, who are Israelites, by the way. And then the personality trait that most of you men copy and try and mimic is that of Eve, the so-called black woman from the tribe of Judah. And the physique that they try and copy is mainly that of Eve, which is why you got these women running around getting these BBLs, man. Because they're trying to mirror the physique of the Israelite woman, the so-called black one, and the facial structure and the facial aesthetic of the so-called Latino woman, man. And then they really kind of want to try and have the hair of the Native American woman. And people can say, oh, nah, that's not true, what they want, man. When these women are trying to get a tan, they're not trying to overly do it to where they look like a so-called black woman sometimes. But then you have still got this thing called catfishing. Black fishing, right? They're trying to mimic a Latino woman most of the time, man. But then the Latino woman kind of tries to copy Eve, and then Eve tries to kind of, you know what I mean? But then at the same time, some of them try and copy the so-called white woman, so it's all just bugged. Women are just bugged out anyway, but I ain't trying to make this video be about that. Verse 34, and they shall teach no more every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord. They ain't even done that in the first place. When did they start? When did they start doing that? When did the small hats start doing that? When did they start telling people to know the Lord? They ain't doing that. They're happy for them to say, I'm non-practicing. They don't try and say, nah, practice it, man. They ain't saying practice makes perfect. We got to repent because the Messiah is coming back. They ain't saying that. They don't even believe he came the first time, the majority of them. All they're wanting to do about is cry anti this and anti that. Oh, they're against me. Oh, and then smack their head off of walls in the in the land, looking like they're listening to dubstep with headphones on underneath them black hats, man. Standing in front of a wall, like they look absolutely ridiculous, man. They ain't nothing. The first time I ever saw one of them, right, was when the first time I ever came to London, man. At like 20 years old, man, round about that or whatever. And the first time I seen one of them, I think it was in Tottenham, and I was like, what the fuck is that? I didn't know what the fuck it was. But I didn't think, oh, wow, they're chosen. I definitely didn't think that. I was like, what the fuck is that? That's what I was thinking. What the fuck is one of them? I didn't know what that was. I was confused, mate. I didn't know what I did. I'm not trying to say this to be funny. I really didn't know what the hell I was looking at when I seen him. I was like, what the hell is that? I knew it weren't an Ishmaelite. I knew it was an Elam, and it kind of looked like a so-called white man, but like it kind of looked like even more treacherous. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, what the hell is that? And then someone ended up telling me, I was like, oh yeah, really? They're the chosen, yeah? And I didn't believe it. And this was before me even knowing anything about anything to do with Israelites or nothing like that, man. I ain't known about nothing to do with being an Israelite. And I forget exactly like what age it was that I was, but like it was around about that age, man. I was like, what the hell is that? I didn't know what the hell it was that I was looking at, man. And they shall teach no man, and they shall teach no more every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord, know Yahweh, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith Yahweh, for I'll forgive their iniquity, and I'll remember their sin no more. But they ain't even saying it. It wasn't even saying it in the first place. They're just talking about anti that, anti this, yeah, and hoping to try and have America back it to the point where they're even prepared to give them some of the land to allow that to happen. But they should be standing like they should be standing up and be like, nah, you ain't allowed the land. That's ours. So you're gonna have to get it some other way. Help us, like, you know what I mean? We still want your help, but you ain't having the land. But they ain't even doing that because they don't care about the land that much because it's not really theirs. And all you coward Christians, man, you ain't got nothing to say about this. You're quick to say something about Israel, like, oh, there's neither Jew nor Greek. They're so hateful, mate. Imagine, there ain't no way that you nations would allow us to do the same things that you allow them to get away with, man. Look at all the things that you people on this earth do to us, and we ain't letting off no missiles, man. And you might say, oh, but you haven't got any anyway. Okay, that could be true, but they've got some and they're using them. So are they hateful? Or is it, oh, how much more can it take? They've got a right to defend themselves. Are they the only people on the earth that have got a right to defend themselves? You tell me. But anyway, this was just a few, and Salakia for the rant, man. These were just a few prophecies to look at concerning the Israelites. Is there still war? Isaiah's second chapter says that there'll be no more war. Is there still war? Right? Is there still war going on with these people in the land claiming that they've fulfilled Ezekiel 36? Are they under the new covenant? Are they keeping all of God's laws perfectly and also not having to teach none of each other to keep the laws? Are they teaching you, who is a person that is, they would say is not Israelite, are they teaching you the laws according to Isaiah the second chapter? No, they're not. And here's another point, and maybe not a third one, but here's another point that's from Ezekiel 36 as well, because it says that the land of Israel will be as the Garden of Eden. That land is not like the Garden of Eden right now. It's been blown to smithereens. Ezekiel 36 and verse 33, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, in the day that I have cleansed you from all your iniquities, I will also cause you to dwell in the cities, and the way shall be builded. Have them people been cleansed from their iniquities right now? Or are they doing so much wickedness that they've had to make up a fake word, a fake buzzword, right? Anti that, anti this, so that you can't even say anything about them. Verse 34, and the desolate land shall be tilled, whereas it lay desolate in the sight of all that passed by. And the desolate land shall be tilled, whereas it lay, Salakia, man, whereas it lay desolate in the sight of all that passed by. And they shall Salakia, man, and they shall say, this land that was desolate is become like the Garden of Eden, and the waste and desolate and ruined cities are become fenced and are inhabited. Is that what's happening over there? No, it's not. No, it's not, man. And regardless of whatever anyone wants to say, you can't deny this. You can't deny it. You can't say, oh, nah, you're just disgruntled because you're African and you ain't got no culture, so you've had to steal somebody else. You can say whatever you want to say. I really don't care, man. The Bible says what it says. And you can laugh at anything that you want to laugh about regarding us. And if we're not the Israelites, okay, we're not. But neither are these people, because they ain't fulfilling the prophecies neither. And you can't explain why we are fulfilling prophecies concerning the Bible. Have you been able to explain that? Have you been able to explain why there's all these so-called black men that live in all these different places in the world and they're fulfilling prophecies that are written in the Bible, but the people that you've believed that the Israelites are not fulfilling them? How do you explain that? How do you explain it? Are we reading it and then pretending to do it? Because then how do you explain these other people have not been able to read it and pretend to do it themselves as well? But that's what I mean with you people, man. You want to laugh at us, yeah? And all you people that try and watch these videos, yeah? If you watch enough of them, eventually we're going to convince you. So any of you people that you've been set up to try and watch these videos, oh, let me see what this guy's talking about, man. Eventually, after you watch enough and you hear the things that we say, you're going to be convinced. And you'll end up bugging you out. And you'll have to take some time out and have a break from watching and listening, man. Because you'll start using some of the catchphrases that we even use. You'll start saying Salakia. You know what I mean? You'll start talking like how we talk, man. So you can think it's funny all you want. It's not nothing funny about it. There ain't nothing funny about this, man. You can think, nah, these people ain't shit. This guy's a dickhead. He don't know what the fuck he's... You can say whatever you want to say. But after you watch enough of it, you're going to realise, nah, I can't deny what this guy's saying, whether I like him or not. Whether I like them or not. Shalom.